What's up, Skid Marks? I'm going to teach you how to do a proper magazine change with your pistol today and why that's important. But before we get to that, I'm going to tell you about our partners because they're the ones that are making this free instruction to you. Free instruction, that's what you're getting today from over nearly 2 decades of shooting experience. Our partners make that possible, all right? So check them out. Barbell Apparel, this is their new hoodie. They've got hoodies, they've got jeans, they've got fitness apparel. They stand behind their product. We've been using their stuff for years. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. They're awesome people with an awesome product. You can find them at barbellapparel.com. This dang hoodie is nice, man. I mean, this joker right here is comfy. Our other partner, BPN, Bear Performance Nutrition. You guys have heard us talking about BPN. They've got all the supplements that you need. They've got gels if you like endurance sports. They have Go bars. This is creatine. I use this daily. And they also have protein. You name it. Vitamins, supplements, BPN's got it. It's an amazing company led by a good friend of ours, Nick Bear, who is also a Christian, which makes a big impact on us. We're glad to be partnered with BPN. Check them out at bpn.com for all of your supplement needs. You won't be disappointed. Our other partner for today's episode is Checkmate Magazines. This is a 2011 magazine from Checkmate. It has a 19-round magazine capacity, which is more than your standard 2011 magazine. It also has some sort of special plastic on the follower right there that's self-lubricating that keeps it from binding up inside the body of the magazine. These things are 100% made in the USA with a lifetime warranty. If you're going to have a lifetime warranty on something, the magazine's a darn good thing to have it on because these things get beat up. As you're running through this mag change drill and you're dropping these things in the dirt, you're going to see real quick why it's important to have a lifetime warranty on a magazine. Checkmate Magazine, made in USA. Check them out. I guarantee you they make them for your pistol and you won't be disappointed. All right, proper magazine change drill out here today. Why is this an important drill? Well, we talked about it on our previous video where we talked about the top 3 drills to practice with your concealed carry pistol. Like I said, most of the pistols that we carry from day to day have a pretty low magazine capacity. You eat through those rounds pretty quick, and if you can't get another magazine in the pistol, well, it basically just becomes a brick that is only useful to throw at somebody or hit them with. So you want to be able to get good bullets, fresh magazine in this thing quickly, and there are a couple steps that are going to help you out tremendously with that. When you practice this on the range, this is a drill that you need to get set up for. So let's talk about first how to get set up for the drill. You're going to take a magazine that's full of however many rounds it holds. This one holds 19. We're going to put it in the pistol. Go ahead and get used to when you seat your first magazine, you slam it home, go ahead and get used to giving it a tug to make sure it's seated properly. I can't tell you how many people I have seen try to seat a magazine, don't give it a tug, and on their first shot it drops out of the magazine well, and it causes a big problem, all right? So go ahead, put your magazine in, put it around in the chamber. Now, we're gonna take this full magazine out, put it in our mag pouch, and then we're gonna take an empty magazine and put it in our pistol. Now from here, you can go ahead and holster the pistol, or you can just start from the high ready, high port position. What this has done is it's set us up for the drill, so when we take our first shot, the gun's gonna go dry and we immediately go into our magazine change, all right? Your full magazine goes in your mag pouch. One point on that, make sure however you're gonna carry your magazine, if you're carrying it in your waistline, the actual tip of the bullet is always pointing toward your belly button when it goes in the mag pouch, all right? Just like that. That way, when you take the magazine out of the mag pouch, it is in the proper orientation to go into the magazine well. If you have it the opposite way, you're gonna pull it out and you're gonna be putting it in backwards, all right? So that's your first little lesson right there. Bullet toward the belly button in the magazine pouch. Now, if you carry this magazine, extra magazine, in any other area, whether it be a fanny pack or even in the pocket of this barbell hoodie, whatever, practice this however you're going to carry that magazine. So let's talk through this. So again, first shot, we are going to press the pistol out. We're going to take the first shot, gun goes dry. Now the reason we want to practice this is because when we see that slide lock to the rear, the gun's gone dry, we've took a bunch of shots, we know it's not a malfunction, we were anticipating the magazine to be empty soon anyways. we want our brain screaming at us, okay, get new bullets in this gun. All right, it just has to become muscle memory. So we take that shot, we both visibly see and we feel in the recoil that that slide is locked to the rear. First thing that we're going to do, we don't need this hand anymore, so we're going to start reaching for our other magazine with this left hand while we are bringing our pistol back into our workspace and depressing the magazine release button. All right, let that empty magazine fall to the ground. Don't try to catch it and put it in a pocket. That thing is useless to you. Let the empty magazine fall to the ground, and that's where it lives until the drill is over. All right, magazine release is pressed. We're going to index our magazine in our mag pouch, which means we're going to lay our index finger right along the front of the magazine, just like that. We're going to draw it out. The reason we want the magazine indexed is because that's going to help us get it into the magazine well. It's also going to give us a touch point if we're doing this at night. If we just grab our magazine like this, there's a good chance that it's going to be twisted or it's going to get bound as we try to get it into the magazine well. But if it's indexed, it's going to go in there nice and easy. When we feel that touch point on our index finger, that's our key that the end of the magazine is indeed in the magazine well. All right, which means we can take it out of the way, slam it home, give it a tug, rotate the pistol, send the slide forward, and punch back out to get our second shot on target. All right, let's reset for the drill. I'm going to go through it at full speed just to show you guys what this looks like. One more tip before we do that. When we take our shot, gun goes dry. Why do we bring our pistol back into our workspace? Well, one reason, it's a lot easier to control this thing right here than right here. If I have somebody that's closing the distance on me and they try to grab this pistol from me, they're gonna have a lot more leverage if I've got it way out here than if I have it in here nice and tight with my body. Another reason is it shortens the distance for us between our magazine that's in our mag pouch or our fanny pack, wherever you store it. It shortens this distance. This distance is shorter than this distance. All right, it's also easier for me to get that magazine in that mag well right here because it's closer to my eyes, shorter distance, which is going to give us speed overall. That's one of the main ways you can trim time off of this magazine change, is not trying to do your mag change way out here. All right, so again, we'll run through the drill. We press out, take our first shot, let that fall to the ground, tap, tug, rotate, slide forward, back on target. Scan. All right, and after every one of those, we have to reset for the drill. So now we'll pick our empty magazine up, bump our full mag out, empty magazine goes in. Again, taking that full magazine back into the mag pouch, bullet pointing toward the belly button. We're pressing out. This all happens at the same time. Tap, tug. All right, those are the major points of a proper magazine change. All right, you guys get out, run through that on the range. You can't do that enough. You literally can't do that enough. Time it. You're going to be able to find little ways that you can add speed to that. One of the tips on that is knowing where you can go fast and knowing where you need to slow down. All right, so I can go fast from here to here, slow down, magazine comes out. I can go fast from here to here, slow down, tap, tug, back on target. Know where you can speed up, know where you need to slow down, and that's going to not only make this smoother, but overall it's going to help you with a faster mag change. Super important, guys. Drop me a comment if you have any questions about this, and thank you for tuning in. Again, check out our partners, Barbell Apparel, BPN, and also check out Checkmate Mags, who supplied the mags for this video. We would appreciate it. It means a lot to us. They make these videos possible. Love you guys. Enough said.